This program is brought to you by realestate.com.au, Australia's #1 address in property. With more properties for sale than anywhere else, we make it easier.
Yeah, good to have your company here on Business Now. Let's talk property. And this weekend, we'll perhaps test the buyer's resolve. In Sydney, I can tell you, there will be 649 auctions. You can see in Melbourne there, 708 auctions. In Brisbane, 151 auctions. Actually, the clearance rate there in Brisbane's been a little bit off the other capital cities, but Brisbane's been white hot, 158 auctions there. And in Canberra, 62 auctions. Now, of the most viewed properties up for auction this weekend, the highest volume of traffic is going to number 8 Carnelian Close in Ulladulla on the New South Wales south coast. It's a 5-bedroom property. The price guide is just under $1.3 million, you can see. People also have their eyes on number 3 Elizabeth Street in Red Hill on the Mornington Peninsula. The price guide there, $1.8 to $1.98 million in Victoria. Also, there's number 19 Cumnor Lane in Reeseville in Queensland, 100 King Road in Warunga near Sydney, price guide $1.5 million, and 17 Eden Avenue in Bellevue Heights, Adelaide, the price guide there $1.1 million. But the most viewed property of the week on realestate.com is number 19 Selwyn Lane in Mount Dandenong in Victoria. You can see it here, really nice looking place. It's set on about an acre of land. It's a weatherboard presence. You can see their cathedral ceilings, and a Chamonix Philippe fireplace as well, open plan living and dining area, north-facing alfresco area. Kind of look nice, doesn't it? An uninterrupted treetop outlook. Master bedroom also has a balcony. It was built in 2018, and if you've got a few cars, it has a triple garage. So there you go. That is the most viewed property. But let's bring in here RBA Group Senior Economist Eleanor Creagh. Eleanor, many thanks for your time as always. And the big question, I guess, there's a few things here. Affordability, but also then on top of that, interest rate rises. And when the idea of those rate rises, not the actual rate rises, but the sentiment of those buyers, that's the thing that's important right now.
Yeah, look, I mean, when it comes to the housing market and interest rate rises, I guess it's not such a simple question of rates go up, housing prices go down. It does matter how the economy is performing at the time, what's going on in the labour market and what's going on with consumers. How confident are they? And we do know that when the RBA moves to raise interest rates this year, the economy will have strengthened, the labour market will be strong, wages will be rising, and people will have, I guess, a significant degree of kind of job security. Aggregate demand will be strong, and consumption will be really powering the economy forward to some respect. So in that sense, how consumers react to that dynamic will be very important. But, when we look at the housing market at the moment, for new or for prospective buyers, rates are actually already rising. Fixed rates are well off their lows last year. Variable rates will climb as well. Yeah.
They're likely to keep on going, there's no doubt. I want to jump in here because the government clearly has increased the home guarantee scheme that it's got by $250,000 in some areas. You've crunched a few numbers, and there are parts of Australia, many of our capital cities, that now, sort of do actually bring properties into the province of those first home buyers if they use that scheme.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, in some of the capital cities, the share of eligible suburbs is actually more than doubling. So if we look at houses specifically, then we're seeing the share of eligible suburbs where prices are within those now raised caps, double in Hobart, almost double in Adelaide. So certainly a lot more choices on the market for first home buyers looking for houses in those capitals. When it comes to units, already the share of eligible suburbs is a lot higher. That's not really surprising, given units are typically a lower price point anyway. But that share is doubling in Hobart and Canberra, again, a big winner there in terms of that price cap being raised. So certainly, a lot more options for first home buyers. I think it does kind of feed into the fact that the demand in the apartment market will make a bit of a comeback this year, certainly because we are seeing such a greater increase in the proportion of suburbs where unit prices are now within those caps. And in fact, we're already seeing that the share of unit inquiry has picked up hugely actually on realestate.com.au, increasing almost 20% year on year, comparing March this year with March last year. So already pointing to the fact that, potentially first home buyers a little bit more active in terms of inquiring on units, but also I think investors as well, as cities return to life and as rental demand returns with the opening of international borders.
Indeed, it'll be good to see. Eleanor Creagh from RBA Group. Always good to chat to you, and many thanks for your time today.
Thank you for having me.